Hey guys, what's up? It's Vicious here, and welcome back to another video. I'm going to make this video very quick, guys, but this video is about Pgsharp, and it's going to be about the unrooted version. And we're going to be basically breaking down the question, is Pgsharp the king of Android spoofing? Now, for $5 a month, this is a very affordable app compared to some of the applications out there, and I'm going to be breaking down some of the features and whether or not I think this application is worth it. You can download Pgsharp at pgsharp.com. Their billing process is very easy. You can pay with debit, Visa. You can pay with debit or credit, Visa, MasterCard, anything you want. The only one they don't have is PayPal, but if you have a card, you're good. So we're gonna get straight into it here, right? So I've downloaded the application. It is a modified application on a non-rooted Android, and the problem with that is actually that it might be a little bit unsafe, right? So I would highly recommend you use the rooted version of Pgsharp. Where in this video we're going to be using the unrooted version, and I'm actually going to see whether this account, which is only level 37, it's not a super big deal, if this account gets a strike. But I'm basically going to be testing whether or not this will get a strike or not. Will it get a strike? Will it get banned? And I'll update you guys if anything happens to this account in the Discord. Link down in the description below. So, yeah, I just wanted to test if the application was safe and some of the features it had. So we paid $5, right? And as you can see here, we have our favorite Pgsharp logo on the left side here. We have the map, we have our speed, we have the auto walk feature, which I'm actually on right now. And what this feature allows you to do is it allows you to auto generate a GPX route around the location that you're in. And this number that you can put in is basically how many PokéStops you want to do a route between. So if you have the Go Plus activated, it will automatically spin those stops and automatically catch Pokemon, which is fantastic. Next up, we have the feeds, which allows you to basically create custom feeds for Pokemon that you want. An example, let's say we try this. We're going to go to Pokemon. Let's say we want a 100 IV Charmander. We're going to do that. We're going to set the 100. We're going to set this to that, and we should be able to find, if we can find, yeah. So we get 100 IV Pokemon Charmander specifically right there. And what we can do is if we teleport to one of these, yeah. So we're going to break cooldown there for a second. But basically, what will happen is it'll teleport you to the 100 IV Charmander, and you should be good. So once we let it load here, we're just going to click it. And as you can see, it's 100 IV Charmander. We're not going to catch it, obviously, because we're on cooldown. But basically, yeah. So that's cool. It works. Next up, we have favorites. And this is a thing that you can do where you can save basically points that you've had, like spots that you've been in before. So we have some hot places here. Specifically, Zaragoza is pretty good. New York City is pretty good. Those are the main ones I usually go to. And then there's also routes that you can save. That's pretty cool. Next up, we have teleport. This is if you're using a third-party application for sort of coordinates to gyms, coordinates to Pokemon. You can basically paste in your teleport coordinates right there, and you're good. So now on to the actual meat of the application. We're going to go to the settings now. The settings here, you just need to I'm not going to scroll up here, but you just need to activate your account. Very easy. You just copy and paste the code that you see on the website into the text box, and you'll be able to activate your account. We have custom shortcuts here, so we have a bunch of icons that you can enable basically on the dashboard. So block non-shiny, transfer on catch. We're gonna actually enable that one, and then all these different things that you can basically toggle on and off, so you don't have to come into the settings every single time. We have accounts manager, which basically allows you to easily swap accounts. We have spoofing location. Obviously, we want to be spoofing our location, but if all of a sudden you want to be using the app, but you don't want to be spoofing your location, all you have to do is tick that, and you should be good. Next up, we have joystick. We don't want that. Hide Pgsharp is nice if you're trying to take screenshots, but you don't want the Pgsharp logo on the left side. We have hide trainer names, really good for basically privacy, right? Recording this video, obviously you can't see my name in the bottom left corner, and also if you open the profile, your name doesn't show up, so that's pretty nice. We have inventory IV and encounter IV. As you saw when we saw that Charmander, we had an IV above the name of the Charmander. and it basically had 100 IV on it, so that's perfect. And an inventory IV is just the actual IV in your inventory. We also have caught preview. We have enhanced throw, so this allows every Pokemon that you catch to be caught using excellent, curveball, AR plus, and 100% hit. This is good for maximizing XP. And if you want the candies, you can select auto feed, which auto feeds a Pineapple Berry every single time you encounter a Pokemon, as long as you actually have a Pineapple Berry. And then we have map and tap to walk, double tap to teleport. This one's very important because this one allows you to basically teleport wherever you want on the map just by double tapping. It's very, very convenient, especially if you want to go to places or you see a specific Pokemon that you want to go catch on the map. Super, super helpful. Highly recommend. Next we have nearby radar. This basically gives you a list of Pokemon that you have on the radar. Not super useful, because you can just usually see the Pokemon that are near you, and there's also a nearby list for sure. So not the greatest. It's good during like community days if you're going for a specific Pokemon, you want to just grind out a bunch of candy, so that could be useful. Next up we have Quick Sniper. This is basically the same thing that is basically the same thing as the feed list, but what you can do is you can set it so that you can just click the Pokemon and then it'll basically teleport there. So let's try that. So we have this. We're going to set the feed as our new filter, and then basically it's going to have a bunch of Charizards there, and then as we click each Charizard it's going to teleport us there, and then we can try to check if it's a shiny or not. So this is very good for Shundo hunting. Next up we have cooldown timer. The cooldown timer is very useful, especially if you are not familiar with how cooldown works. Basically every time you teleport and interact with the map, it'll set you a 2-hour timer before you can actually go anywhere else you want in the world. Or if you're close by, it's less than that, so it can be like 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes, depending on how quickly and how far away you're going. Next up we have auto incubator. Shouldn't have to explain that. Gift assistant is nice. This basically just does stickers and pin postcards, and this is for that silly butterfly Pokemon, right? If you want that, and also gives the stickers away, which is nice. Quick catch is crucial. Quick spin is also crucial. Skip cutscenes is nice. Basically, these are a bunch of time saves, right? Block non-shiny. You can use that if you're really hunting, specifically on like community days. If you just want only shiny Pokemon, you just tap in each of the Pokemon that you see on your screen and then just only catch the shinies, right? Next we have quick load map. Quick load map is nice. It speeds up basically how quickly the map loads every time you teleport. It's very useful because sometimes there's a whole bunch of checklists that it needs to go through before it loads your map. This basically bypasses that. We have spawn booster, so Pokemon will show up on a wider radius around your character, so that's really nice. Auto discard items. What you can have here is you can basically set an amount of items that you want to see on your bag, and if the number is less than that, or sorry, if the number is more than that number that you see on the screen right now, it'll discard those items. So you can manage your inventory very easily through this feature. We have transfer on catch. This basically transfers all the Pokemon that you catch. This is good if you're reaching the Pokemon catch limit, and make sure that you can keep catching Pokemon while you're AFK or while you leave your phone there grinding, right? We have the Virtual Go Plus. This is very easy. I was using it at the very beginning. All you have to do is tap on the right side of the screen and it'll just automatically catch stuff. One thing to note is that you might not actually see whether they're catching or not, but a good way to check is go to your profile. You can go to journal, and you can basically check that it's working, right? So sometimes it'll be caught, sometimes it'll run away, but it does work. It automatically spins, automatically catches, and it's very, very good. Works very well with the auto walk feature, as you can see what I'm doing here now as well. Next we have auto boost. I actually don't know. Okay, so auto boost uses lucky eggs and star pieces automatically. I mean, sure, we can enable that. Doesn't matter, right? Instant beat Team Rocket is really nice. This basically just beats Team Rockets instantly, right? So we're gonna see how quickly this gets done. Gonna enter the battle there, and we beat him already, and we caught the Pokemon too. So yeah, super quick, very easy. Raid and Gym Battle Assistant. I think this one basically just automatically battles in the raid and gym. It doesn't skip the cutscenes, obviously, but I think it helps you tap and helps you dodge attacks, so that's very useful. Dynamax Battle Assist is sort of the same similar thing, right? Queue Assistant, Auto Snapshot, Quest Assistant is really nice. This basically helps you complete certain missions that you need to do for quests. So if you do like snapshots and stuff, it'll just do it automatically. You don't have to do it. It saves you a bunch of time. Next up we have Buddy Assistant. So these are like what berries you want to feed your buddy. So that's maxed out. As you can see here, we have the Phoebus, and it's totally maxed out because we just fed it a bunch of stuff. You can also do custom names for the Pokemon generator. So, for the Pokemon name generator. So if you wanna prioritize like attack, defense, stamina, those numbers, you can put them in there. You can do name. You can do level IV. So let's see what that sort of looks like here. If we go here, we see the custom names, right? We have the name, we have the level, we have the IV, and then we have the stats on the right side there. And that's it. We also have, I think this is part of, so this is part of the Pokemon name generator, so I can tell you what rank it is as well. So, export account data. This is, I'm not too sure what this is. I think this basically allows you to save the account data onto your file and then load it up again. That means you don't have to redo all your settings, redo all your account data. So that's very useful. One thing that you can do also is you can export the PGS settings and your license to a file, so that if you need to move it to a different phone, or if you want to copy it to a different phone, because as a reminder now, Pgsharp actually allows for 3 devices to use 1 license. So for $5 you can actually use Pgsharp on 3 Android accounts, which is crazy, by the way. So yeah, so you can export those settings, and then you can copy it onto 2 other accounts, and you can have 3 accounts running at the exact same time. So that's really nice. Yeah, I mean, is it the best application for spoofing? It might be. Is it the safest? It might not be the safest, right? Because it's a modified application. We're going to be testing out the rooted version of Pgsharp very, very soon, and that has been one of my favorite applications basically since the start of spoofing. I mean, Pgsharp has been the OG GOAT, right, for a few years now, actually. They've been the underdog. They've consistently been the cheapest and most feature-rich application out there. So if you are just getting into spoofing, and if you have an account that you don't really care about and you just want to test it out, see what's up, highly recommend it. Another option you could do is get an account that like a new account, and then basically trade your main account with this sort of stuff. That works too. If you can't root your phone, I will be launching a thing called ViciousLabs, where we'll be basically selling rooted devices, pre-rooted devices that are ready for spoofing in Pokemon GO. If you're interested in that, you can also send me a DM on Discord. You can check out the store. But as of right now, we're still in the development phase, and we're going to be launching maybe in about 2 months, right? But hopefully everything goes smoothly. And yeah, I think if you're looking for something that's very cheap, relatively easy to handle, Pgsharp is the way to go. If you want safety, you're gonna have to root your Android device, unfortunately, and that requires a little bit more care. But don't worry about that. We'll talk about it in a later video. Thank you guys so much for watching. My final review, I think Pgsharp is worth getting. If you just want to play around with it, test it out. Very, very fun, very enjoyable. If you want to use it as like a separate account to like beat your home gym or something, or like catch stuff, absolutely recommended. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.